Disk space. This checks disk space on a server and archives log file in the space exceeds the threshold. A scheduled action is created to trigger the workflow to check the disk space. The time, date, and day can also be specified. Number of log files are available in the folder, which will be moved to an archive folder and later be deleted from the original path. In the next slide, we will see the running status. Running status can be seen at the schedule time under the scheduled action tab. We will be moving on to the next slide, which is the active log. Details of the execution and status for each activity can be checked. This slide will clearly show you that the active log details and each activity which are being checked automatically. In the coming slides, we will also see the log files under which the log folder are created and being deleted as well. At the log file under the log folder has been deleted and moved to the archive folder. A zip file will be created automatically, which will contain all the log files. And finally, a mail will be triggered with the available space details to the team. This concludes the service checks. This checks the status of a service, and if it is stopped, it will notify the team stating that the service has been stopped. Restarts the service and again notifies the team after a successful restart. A scheduled action is created to trigger the workflow, which checks the service status for every 5 minutes. Here you can see the plug and plug service is not running on the server. The workflow shows how service check is performed by iShare. In the coming slides, we could see the logs and we'll also see how the service check is being performed. This is the complete workflow of the status. In the active logs, we can see the service was in stop status initially and now it is running in status. Wait for a few seconds and again check the service is being performed by iShare. This will give us time to see whether the performed check is being carried out correctly by iShare or not. This slide will tell us that it's been running successfully and iShare is being checked and performed correctly. Once the service has been restarted, a notification email will be sent to the team. User creation in AD. Mail containing the details of the new joiner will be sent to zMan automation mailbox from the HR team. The workflow shows various activities used for creating the user in AD, like AD create account, AD set password, AD set property, which we can see in the next slide. Action rule. The rule for triggering the workflow once the email is received in iShare is created under Action Rules tab. The condition and the workflow name is specified in the rule. Under Activity Logs, we can see the details where the workflow is triggered and status of various activities pertaining to the workflow for user creation. Once the account has been created, a notification email is sent to the requester with the account details like logon, name and password, which is displayed right now in your screen. And the user should change the password during the first logon. And in the AD server, we can see the user has been created successfully with the properties assigned. And this completes the user creation in AD. User deletion in AD. Mail with the logon name of the employee will be sent to zMan automation mailbox from the HR team. The workflow shows activities used for deleting the user in AD, like AD delete account. The rule for triggering the workflow once the email is received in iShare is created under Action Rules tab. The condition and the workflow name is specified in the rule. Under Activity Logs, we can see the details where the workflow is triggered and the status of various pertaining to the workflow for user deletion. Once the account has been deleted, a notification email is sent to the requester, and in the AD server, we would be seeing that the user has been deleted successfully, thus ending the user deletion in AD.